Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2021 NFL mock draft video. Today, I'm going to break down the Chicago Bears and what they're going to do with the 20th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Now, if you're new to my channel and you like football, welcome home. You're in the right place. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, ring the bell to get notified every time I release a new video. Currently, I release a new draft video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Plus, every Friday night, 7:15 Central Standard Time, I go live right here on YouTube, on the live stream. Anything goes. All your questions are answered. It's a great show. And now that I got that over and done with, let's break down the Bears. Let's start off with Chuck Pagano retiring. He's replaced by longtime Bears assistant Sean Desai. And Desai was actually known as Vic Fangio's right-hand man. When Fangio left to take over as head coach of the Denver Broncos, his last year in Chicago, his defense was the #1 scoring defense, and they produced 50 sacks. Pagano's last 2 years, in 2019, they were 4th in points, but the sack total dropped to 32. That's a pretty significant drop. And then last year, they had 35 sacks, not really good, and the defense went up to 14th in points. And I bring this up because Desai is widely respected around the NFL, so this is a guy who could actually be an upgrade, which is even though Chuck Pagano is one of my favorite coaches, with him retiring and the guy stepping in as a young up-and-comer who a lot of people think is going to be a future NFL head coach, this could actually be an upgrade. I'm bringing this up because for the Bears to make the next step, now they didn't make the playoffs as an 8-8 team last year, they're going to have to actually be better defensively, and this is still a pretty good defense, but I'm bringing this up because 35 sacks is not good enough, and Kwity Paye, is still on the board, and this could easily be the pick here because Robert Quinn really didn't produce the way that the Bears are really hoping. So adding somebody like Paye, a guy that's versatile, strong, kind of I look at him now as more of an outside linebacker instead of a pure defensive end. This would actually be a good guy you could have opposite Mack, who might be able to spell Robert Quinn unless he gets his production back up. See, with the creative defensive mind like Sean Desai, I could see Kwity Paye, who really has no business being on the board at 20. So this could easily be the pick here. Corner is another position the Bears could look at. I think a guy I think that they're going to target is Greg Newsome. He's a local kid. He went to Northwestern. He's a guy I think that's on the Bears' radar right here. And here's your situation. You're going into the season, and your two top corners are going to be newly acquired Desmond Trufant and Jalen Johnson, last year's second-round pick out of Utah. Now, Jalen Johnson I really like a lot, but he's your #1 corner going into the season, and you got to be comfortable with that. You got to be okay. So I could see somebody like Newsome being the pick here. You could also go with Elijah Molden or Asante Samuel, who provide some flexibility. You can use them inside. You can use them outside. Both these guys, I think, would really help booster a secondary that's pretty solid, but I do question the corner position. Now, Caleb Farley might be the pick, but I think that because of his injury issues, I think the Bears are going to pass on this guy. I could see the Bears go in corner in this draft, but in my opinion, I think that they're going to go on the opposite side of the ball here. And one thing that when I look at the Bears is I know David Montgomery had over 1,000 yards last year, but he had 598 out of his 1,070 yards in the last 6 games of the season. Why did it take him so long to get involved? What was it about him that took the Bears so long to make him a focal point? The last 6 games of the season, he played great, but is there some other reason? You know, they weren't happy with him. Was it due out of desperation? I mean, first half of the season, they really didn't use him as much as I thought they should have. So you got a guy like Najee Harris on the board, could actually be an upgrade. Or you go with Travis Etienne, who's a good receiver, somebody who has a little more speed and explosiveness, kind of a thunder and lightning scenario. In my opinion, both these things could be really good for this offense, but I got the Bears going in a different direction here. With the 20th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Jaylen Waddle, wide receiver out of Alabama. For me, this is a complete home run for the Bears because Jaylen Waddle has no business being available at pick number 20. The reason why I got him free falling in the draft is due to two big reasons. First, injury issues, of course. And second is that this is a very deep wide receiver draft. So I think a lot of teams that may want to go ahead and take a wide receiver could easily wait and get somebody in later rounds. But this is a complete steal for Matt Nagy. Now, Matt Nagy is taking over play calling duties this year for the Chicago Bears, and he gets the closest possible thing you can get to Tyreek Hill in Jaylen Waddle. Now, Matt Nagy was the former offensive coordinator with the Kansas City Chiefs before taking over here in Chicago, and I could tell that he's been trying to duplicate that Chiefs offense, and he's just not been successful. However, they were able to franchise tag Allen Robinson, last year's 5th round pick. Darnell Mooney out of Tulane was a complete surprise, a speedster who I think is going to add a lot to this offense this year. Plus a 2nd round pick, Cole Kmet, was a rookie tight end who's just got a lot of potential. So I'm expecting big things from him in this upcoming season. So you got those two rookies last year. They're going to add to this offense. You get to keep Allen Robinson. Now you add the most explosive player in the draft in Jaylen Waddle. There's probably not a happier person in Chicago than Matt Nagy because in this mock draft, this is a complete steal. So, bottom line though, what do you think of the pick? Did you like the pick? Did you boo me? It's okay if you did boo me. I mean, ultimately, I make these videos so I can create a conversation with you, offer my opinion. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Leave a comment below and let's talk about this draft pick. Now, Wednesday, I'm going to break down the Indianapolis Colts and what they're going to do with the 21st pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. So, hey, I will see you Wednesday.